Welcome or welcome back. I am the Dead Man. And tonight's story takes you to haunted places in Illinois. When the Choate Mental Health Center first opened in 1875, it was known as the Southern Hospital for the Insane. The hospital had quite a run of bad luck over the years. A fire destroyed one wing of the main building in 1881. Then another fire took out a large section of the hospital in 1895. It is not clear if anyone died in these fires, but the property has been rumored to be haunted for a number of years now, even while the hospital was still in operation. Visitors and passers-by have seen apparitions, shadowy figures, and ghostly faces in the windows. There is one particular story of a patient being attacked by what he described as a devil dog in his room. When the orderlies turned on the lights, there was nothing there, but the man had scratches all over his body. There are also reports of people being unseen hands while down in the tunnels that connect the various buildings. Located in one of the most haunted cities in the U.S., the Congress Plaza Hotel was built back in 1893 and has been dubbed the landmark of hospitality in Chicago. It has a long history with the paranormal and is said to be home to a classic poltergeist-style haunting. For almost as long as the hotel has been open, guests and staff alike have reported strange noises coming from the hotel ballroom when it is empty. The many hallways are also commonly the site of unexplained activity. Appliances all over the hotel are said to turn on and off of their own volition, and guests have claimed to see an apparition of the hotel's former owner, Mr. Al Capone. However, although arguably the most famous ghost to inhabit the hotel, Al Capone is not the one who most of the sightings relate to. In fact, a much more common report is from a guest who sees a ghostly gloved hand sticking out of the wall. It has been dubbed the Hand of Mystery. The story goes that a construction worker somehow managed to get trapped behind some drywall when the property was being built, and ended up walled in. The hand is all that he has been able to free from his final resting place, and he is doomed to wave for all eternity in an attempt to get some help. Another commonly spotted ghost is known as Peg Leg Johnny. He is said to be the spirit of a hobo who was murdered in the building several years ago. Bachelors Grove Cemetery is a small, abandoned burial ground in Bremen Township, Cook County, the southwest suburbs of Chicago. It is certainly not a place for the faint of heart. There are several different ghost stories that are linked to the desecrated cemetery, which is often said to be one of the most haunted cemeteries in the United States. The headstones at Bachelors Grove Cemetery date back as far as the early part of the 17th century, although it was not officially consecrated as a burial ground until 1844. There are persistent reports that satanic rituals are conducted in the abandoned cemetery even to this day, which of course just serves to add more fuel to the creepy stories that are linked to the place. Orbs are a common occurrence not only in photographs and videos but also seen with the naked eye. People also describe seeing red streaks of light flitting between the headstones with no explanation as to what it could be. There are also several spirits known to haunt the cemetery, but the two most well-known would be the White Lady and a young boy. The young boy has been heard crying out about a lost silver coin. Interestingly enough, in 2006 an investigation was conducted and a well-known psychic is said to have gone into a trance-like state, and walked into a knee-deep muddy pond where he bent down and instantly retrieved a 1942 Walking Liberty $50 from the bottom of the pond. Since then it seems that the little boy ghost has not made any more appearances. Perhaps he just wanted to find his coin all along. The White Lady has actually been dubbed the Madonna of the Bachelors' Grove. She appears on top of one of the tombstones and looks out towards the thick woods close to the cemetery. However, by far the strangest ghost story that has been linked to Bachelors' Grove Cemetery is the tale of the ghost house. A large manor is said to appear from time to time and has even shown up in some photographs. However, whenever you get close to the house it vanishes into thin air. In the later part of the 19th century, Oakville was known for its mineral springs which were thought to have a positive impact on general health and well-being. In 1867 a local businessman decided to capitalize on the unique properties of the springs by establishing the first bathhouse and spa in the town. It, unfortunately, burned down in 1891 and was replaced by the current building, the original Springs Hotel, in 1893. The hotel and spa have operated ever since, although it has passed through a number of different owners. One of those owners, Tim Rogers, died in his room upstairs in 1962. However, it is not him the guests have reported seeing, but rather a lady in a white dress circa the early 1900s. She is regularly seen sitting on the second-floor balcony, but her face is always obscured by her hat. On a handful of occasions, she has also been seen looking out of windows or even standing at the end of guests' beds. The reports of paranormal activity here have been coming in for more than 3 whole decades. The courthouse was originally built in 1911 and the basement housed the county jail up until it was remodeled fairly recently. One of the earliest paranormal encounters saw students from the Lovejoy School opposite the courthouse seeing the apparition of a hanged man dangling from a tree on the courthouse's lawn. However, it has been many, many years since anybody was hanged in Pulaski County. This is just one of 4 ghosts that are supposed to haunt the property. The hanged man is believed to be the last man hanged in the county. As well as being seen in the tree, he also haunts the basement where he likely would have been held prior to his execution. The other ghosts include a former attorney who is accompanied by the smell of cigar smoke, a female spirit nicknamed the Taffeta Woman who apparently died in an accident, and an elderly black woman. The building that now houses BPL Plasma once served as the stately cement post office in Carbondale. According to employees, there are some very strange things that have been happening in the building. It is fairly common for the doors to open and close by themselves, and there is a massive chandelier in the lobby that has a tendency to swing on its own. One employee, a night janitor, even claims that he was locked in a closet when he was the only person in the building. It is not clear exactly who is haunting the property, but there have been many reports of a female apparition wearing a long dress floating around in the lobby. In fact, the woman has even been captured standing behind employees in a photograph taken in this part of the building. Crenshaw House in Equality was originally known as Hickory Hill, but it is also known locally as the Old Slave House. It was used in the reverse Underground Railroad to capture free black people and then sell them into slavery. Some of these slaves were kept in Illinois in order to work the salt tracts owned by John Hart Crenshaw. The attic of the house was a torture chamber where Crenshaw would shackle slaves into makeshift cells and whip them. Rumors of ghosts in the attic began in the 1800s, but unbeknownst to locals, the strange moans that they were hearing were actually from the very much alive slaves. However, when the house reopened as a tourist attraction in the 1920s, visitors started to hear strange noises all through the house, especially in the attic. It is also said that bloodstains appear and disappear on the walls. I want to thank you for watching. And until then, good night.